It's been ages since I've done a desk tour video. I actually tidied up today and reshuffled a couple of things. My changes on the desk are quite often really minimal. Just a little tweak here and there because basically for years now I have been so happy with this setup. But as I did a couple of tweaks today, I thought, why just not take a couple of minutes and film the entirety of this happy place of mine and take you along with me. So I will try to make this video as smooth as possible, but I'm basically holding the phone with my hand and filming as I go. So please don't be mad if it gets a little bit shaky. I'll do my best. Second of all, under the desk we have a little guest star. It's my puppy. He's actually 12 years old and loves to chill under my desk. So now that we have said hello to him, let's get into it. So the desk is actually positioned in my living room. This is the door to enter the living room. This is the kitchen. And this is the desk. For the main part of the setup is this central focal point where I keep my classic-y toolbox. And maybe let's just dive into that. It's actually my favorite part of the desk. Here is where I keep the washi tapes and the stamps I use most frequently. And as you can see now, and if you have been checking out the pictures of my desk on Instagram, these stamps are probably the same for 1 or 2 years. Maybe a new one pops in here and there, but I've been quite consistent. The ones that are here, these are basically the ones that I reach for the most. But again, options, lovely to have options. So this is the rest of my collection. This little wooden frame thing I got from eBay years ago. And I believe you can still find them. So it's just mounted on the back of the desk. And here is another, it's like a letterpress tray, but it's not a letterpress tray. It's just something that someone did by hand. And I found it on an online flea market, a Croatian online flea market. And I really love it because it has that rustic look. It's not really finished in detail. It's hand painted and looks like just an old piece of something that someone wanted to throw out. So as you can see, here are some more stamps and some crystals and wax seal stamps I love. And these tray thingies are wonderful for such tiny collections because they really make a wonderful display. Under the trays, you can see a couple of teacups or coffee cups. I shuffle this around quite frequently, but basically one has pencils and brushes, one has fountain pens. This is a pen roll I use to carry my hand-carved rubber stamps tools for the carving of my designs. And this is another one with just everyday writing utensils, just some roll ball pens and highlighters and such. And this is a little addition from recently, my two Kaweco pens, a mechanical pencil and a fountain pen. It is beautiful Baumkuchen. This is like a pen carry little thing. It's actually quite cool. You can clip it on your traveler's notebook and it fits 2 slim pens easily. Okay, moving on. Trying to be steady with my hand. This part here, I switch out these postcards from time to time to change the artwork displayed, and it's quite fun to have a little piece of like real estate here to display something that makes you smile. So you can see it up close. And moving on to the journal part. This part of the desk on the left is two little shelves that hold the journals I'm currently using. It does not mean that everything here is used every day, it's just something I reach for in a certain time period. And when a year ends, if the journals are dated, they get moved to the archive, and again, new journals take the space. If we go from left to right, on the top shelf, the green cover, it's just an old Hobonichi A6 I used to sometimes paint in. The second one is the 5-year Techo from Hobonichi. The Butterflies Memoria cover has my rubber stamp designs, and next to it is an empty Superior Labor fountain pen case. And on the bottom, it's my work planner, my Hobonichi journal, tarot journal, and a couple of pouches for all the, I don't know, ephemera and loose papers and stuff I like to have around. On the top shelf, there's also this tiny classic-y box. In there are mostly Oscolabo stamps and a couple of more tucked in the back, and some wax seals I have pre-made for Happy Mail. And on the bottom part, that's really, see, it's not that tall, and it's perfect storage space for fountain pennings, so that's mostly there. There's some hidden in the background. And on top of that, some more wax seals. These are mostly the ones I designed and created in collaboration with Back to Zero. So you can check out more about that on my Instagram or on their website. But the main attraction is my traveler's notebooks. This is the entire collection for now. My oldest, the Camel, the Olive, modified by Baumkuchen. It's also quite old. This is one of the newest editions, the Brown, but I bought it used. The Blue, and then the Passports. The Olive, the Blue, also modified by Baumkuchen, the Camel, and the Brown again. So maybe those of you who know a bit about Traveler's Notebook can already spot that black is missing. Black Passport is my everyday carry and wallet, and it's actually in my bag. And I have a black standard on the way, and my collector heart is happy because with the black standard one, I have finished my collection of all the colors in the regular lineup. I really wanted to finish this year with having each size in each regular color from the lineup, and now that I've accomplished it, I've realized it really doesn't mean anything but makes me happy, so why not? And they each actually have their purpose. Some inserts are for arts and crafts or collaging or some sort of journaling, but just not something I reach for every day because there's not enough hours in the day. Moving on, we have a little box filled with yarn. I sometimes use this yarn with my wax seals or for gift wrapping or Happy Mail, so that's convenient to have on top of the desk. And there we have some books, and here we have some associative cards, oracles or tarot cards, whatever sparks my interest in the moment. And some of these are related books or some sort of manuals, guidebooks. And this little box here also contains some stamps and washi that I'm not currently using. The plan is to have them here and then reshuffle the classic-y toolbox when I feel like I need a little change. So I guess that's it for the desk. I'm just gonna move a little bit into the background. You'll see a bit of my kitchen and a bit of my door, but just want to show you that the desk is actually quite tiny. This is the smallest. I think it's called the Mickey desk from IKEA, and it's a children's desk, so it's really not big. I'm not sure what are the dimensions, but I'm sure you can check it out online. But it's a configuration that if you utilize some sort of storage or display cases like this, you can really get a lot of it. This, what you see, is actually 95% of everything I own related to arts and crafts or journaling. I have a box in the office room that contains some old acrylic paints, some old brushes my kid uses, some old rolls of washi, and basically stuff for him to play around with, and not stuff I would bring in the journaling area. So basically something that's not appropriate to resell or gift because it's not really in the best condition, but something for us to have some fun or for him to play with. So yeah, the desk is quite good that way. I will move the chair, and I will just shortly open the drawer before we get into that. As you can see, my desk is really, doesn't want to zoom, but it's not dirty. This is actually the markings from my carving supplies and the little colorful dots. This is where the desk is, I damaged it with the carving supplies or with the glue I use to mount stamps, because I do everything on this desk. So as clean as this is, it looks nasty because it's dripped with glue and also scratched and damaged. So I just put some colored pencils on the dots to make them look more colorful. But I think sometime in the future I will have to repaint this or sand this or put something on top, because I'm not used to having that cutting board under me when I glue and when I carve, and this is what happens. The drawer is quite big, as you can see. It's almost 2/3 of the desk, and you can fit quite a lot. So I have some glue, some papers, some letterpress papers, cutout washi, stickers, stamps, tools, washi samples, stamps, date stamps, address stamps, I don't know, like a bunch of stuff fits here. It's shallow, but again, you can arrange it really easily. And IKEA also sells these trays with compartments, so that's good for organization. I actually have one more here, and this tray I used to organize my stamps. So all my favorite Versamagic Dewdrop stamps, Versacolor, and these actually are quite good, but for thicker paper, so I don't use them quite so much. The little ink beans, and yeah, stamping related supplies. And this one here is, look at him go, he's just sleeping. This one here is a mess because, as you can see, on the first floor, you have a very, very messy tray with a lot of wax steel stamp supplies I need to get through and sort out. Those are wax seals, wax beads, glitters, lighters, whatever, just everything wax seal stamp related. This here holds some envelopes, carving rubber pieces, toolbox with really random tools I might need or not. And this here is a watercolor palette, behind it a box with papers for writing letters, and this is a Hobonichi techo and wigs for my friend. I need to give it to her when we meet up because we had a joint order. Okay, the puppy is still asleep. So this is a message drawer, and this is never really something that you can enjoy looking at. It's just utilized to have really basic and necessary supplies for me to get orders ready, wrap them up, and send them to the post office. The eye candy is here. This is practical stuff. We woke him up. Okay, I think I covered everything, but if you have any questions, you can ask me below. And for the end of this video, I'm just gonna slowly approach my favorite focal point of my desk, the thing I stare at the most when I journal or when I work. And yeah, that's it. That's my happy place, my happy desk. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't too shaky. I did my best. I don't have like a phone holder thingy to stabilize it. But that's it, people. I showed you the whole deal. Talk soon. Bye.